Welcome to Big Motoring World Wimbledon for Car of the Week. And this car of the week, the MG ZS, a sensible car for sensible people. Now, if you're a certain age or a certain vintage, that MG badge will mean something different to you. It will mean performance, it will mean speed. Morris Garages, which is what the MG stands for. And the MG ZS from the early noughties certainly doesn't look like this, but MG have been born again over the last 10 or 15 years, and they are now giving us sensible family cars. And the ZS is just that. SUV, so nice and high on the road. A 1.5 litre engine in this, producing 105 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in don't worry about it, because it's really not about speed. Not quite the MG that we might have been used to, but it is packed full of technology and is extraordinarily good value for money. Let's jump inside of the MG ZS and start with the steering wheel. Actually, through the 10 to 2 position, feels very sporty and feels very nice, actually. I owned an MG back in 2005, not giving away my age, and actually there's something quite nice about having the classic MG badge looking back at you. It's got a wiggly stick in the middle of this one, so a manual gearbox, 5-speed, and it gives you a certain amount of control, but it does of course mean that there's 3 pedals. It's got a touchscreen infotainment, and that's standard, so you can play around with that. Apple CarPlay, all of the types of things that you would need to make this a very livable with car. There's plenty of room, it's a good driving position, and you've got a digital instrument cluster in front of you, electric windows all round, and electric seats. So it does come jam-packed with equipment, and the bits that you kind of touch all the time, you know, your aircon units and your vents and stuff, they feel nice. You know, the leather feels okay, the plastic feels not too bad. It's got a real handbrake, so there is that kind of organic analog feeling about it. But overall, as a day-to-day SUV for you, the family, kids, dogs, you know, cats, dolphins, whatever, the whole thing is pretty good. And you can't really get lost in here, which is very useful. In addition to all the bits in here that do a job, there's nice little additions. So red stitching kind of across the center of the cabin and around the steering wheel. You've got the MG badge stitched into the headrests. I think that's a really nice touch. And then across the dashboard, you've got what looks like carbon fiber, but when you touch it, it's kind of this plushy, leathery style thing, which aesthetically, to the eye, is actually quite pleasing. So it, just because it's functional doesn't mean that it has to be boring, and it does add those little elements of flair that I think give it a bit of a step up from what you might otherwise expect. And my big car fact about the MG ZS is this one is equipped with 360-degree cameras. So no matter where you are, you can see where your car is placed. Super useful and also kind of cool. And at the back, these tail lights are made up of individual LED strips, and it kind of looks a little bit like a shrimp tail, kind of, which is making me hungry. No. There we have it, the MG ZS, my car of the week from here in Big Motoring World in Wimbledon. Tell me, would this be your perfect family cruiser? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.